So I want to bake cake. I want to have mixtures of two cakes, two different types of cake, chocolate cake and sponge cake. So right now I want to sift the flour. This is for sponge cake. I have 750 grams of flour here, and to it I will add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. This is 1 teaspoon. One, two. I will also add preservative. Half teaspoon will be fine. So we can now sift. You sift to remove particles and then to make the flour light. So this flour is for chocolate cake and it's still 750 grams. So to it I will add 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. I will also add 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, half teaspoon of preservative. This is cocoa powder. I will add 4.5 teaspoons. Then I will sift. So it's time to beat the eggs. For each cake, I will need 12 pieces of eggs. I'll do the same for the chocolate cake. So in all, I will use 24 pieces of eggs. We keep whisking until the egg starts foaming. So this is my already creamed butter and sugar. I did it yesterday because I may not be lucky enough with NEPA. So I want to mix the sponge cake. This is my already beaten egg. I'll add a little of the egg, a little of the flour, and mix. You fold. You mix in folding manner. See the way I'm doing it? You don't just, no. Add a little again. A little of the egg. I'll continue until I have exhausted the egg and the flour. Vanilla flavor. Quarter cup of hot. It's preservative too. Now I added just a little of ascorbic acid. I'll do the same thing for the chocolate cake, but there are some few things different there. I'll put them, but they're not here in the sponge cake. I will show you. Here comes the difference. If you want to make a very rich chocolate cake, you need this golden syrup. I mean, if you want it very rich, I'll use 1.5 teaspoons. Here comes another one, black treacle. I will still use 1.5 teaspoons. Then the last but not the least, browning. This is what gives it the color. I don't usually measure. I add until I get the color I want. Remember, I am already preheating the oven. You know, I told you I needed mixture of 2 different cakes. This is batter for chocolate cake. You see the results. And this is for the sponge cake. But what I want to make is marble cake. These are my already greased and floured pan. There are 2. So what I will do now is, because I want to make marble cake, I will add the batter for sponge cake, and I will add the one of chocolate cake. So you alternate. You add this one, you add the other one. You add this one. So it is ready to enter the oven. Real baking starts now. I'll bring it down to 180. It's okay now. Considering the size of the cake, for the next 1 hour, I will not open the oven. If not, my cake will fall. So we're almost done eating the cake. But I remembered I've not shown you the marble cake, the result of the marble cake. This is the result. See the marble effect. So this is the result of the marble cake.